Hello, welcome to our layout. This is Scott Johnson in Oregon City, Oregon. And today we're just going to take a little tour of our layout. We've modeled the mid-90s from Portland's Brooklyn Yard, down part of the Brooklyn sub, down through a little representation of Oregon City, seen here. And we move on to the Blue Heron Mill in Oregon City, into some generic Oregon farmland. And we've got some high cascade scene right here, along with a lumber mill out in the Oregon mountains. We'll begin our tour here at the roundhouse in Brooklyn Yard. You'll see Doyle McCormick's Alco PA that he would later turn into his nickel plate 190. You'll see his Great Northern painted F7. And the crown jewel, Southern Pacific's Daylight 4449, got its head out of the roundhouse, getting some sun. The roundhouse doesn't exist anymore. All these engines, the SPS 700 and the Oregon Navigation 97, they're all living at the Oregon Rail Heritage Center near OMSI. We see some of the ex-Great Northern passenger equipment, extra tender, and we see some extra daylight cars. Most of this area now is all intermodal, and we've modeled the beginnings of it here. This is set in 1995-ish or so we've got some old cotton belt power here and some modern SP getting fueled. And we see a Coast Starlight that's getting ready to head out. And we will resume our tour. We use the Brooklyn Yard area as pretty much just car staging. And it's a stub end yard, unlike the real Brooklyn Yard, but space prohibits that. You'll see some 70s Southern and Northeastern equipment. I like to run some period trains from where I grew up, which was along the Southern Railway main line outside Washington, D.C. And we'll catch up to our train here in a second. Our southbound train is crossing the Clackamas River. See the AMR crew. And it's traveling through Oregon City. Upgrade. Match the elevation grade of Willamette Falls. You'll see Oregon City's municipal elevator. Takes you from the first layer of Oregon City up to the second. Highways crossing over Highway 99. You'll see the Oregon City Blue Heron Paper Company. Again, it's just a small representation because the actual site is about 37 acres. We've tried to show you a little bit of just iconic Oregon City. In the mid-90s, there was still street running on Main Street. Many times coming home from work late at night, I got stuck by these switchers crossing 99 McLaughlin Avenue as they shifted around the Blue Heron Paper Mill. Train heads south. We've got a little representation of the Canby Depot and Museum using a Southern Pacific caboose. Across through Canby, Oregon. We catch up to our train in some farmland. Mount Hood's in the in the shadow of Mount Hood. And a beautiful farmhouse here. A variety of animals. And of course it wouldn't be Oregon if they didn't have a Christmas tree farm. Catch up to our train outside one of the tunnels on the High Line around Oak Ridge. Pull back, we could see some of the high Cascade scenery. Jefferson in the background. And if we look close, we even see some campers enjoying the summer sun. In our travels, we see the CJ lumber mill here off Highway 97. Still using an old 40s truck. Two stub tracks here. Some newer SP power from the mid-90s. Like many businesses across the country, using an ancient Southern Pacific boxcar for some storage. We see some folks taking a break. As they get ready to load some lumber up. Back in Oregon City, we catch a northbound, passing under the municipal elevator, underneath our dentist's office. Great spot to watch trains.